So today, we're diving into a pressing crisis, and that's insecurity in southwest Nigeria. With bandits striking closer to home, is local security the ultimate solution? We'll explore this through the lens of the recent deadly attack on the Old Oyo National Park office. Yes, the Old Oyo National Park. Well, joining me is the National Director of Communication for the Oodua People's Congress, OPC, Dr. Tunji Abiola. Doctor, it's good to have you again on the agenda this morning.
The pleasure is always mine. Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, everybody in the house.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, and happy 2026. And I hope New Year will bring us glad tidings and even bring us a secure southwestern Nigeria.
Amen. That's our prayer.
The last time you featured on the agenda, I asked you for Okigbe. I asked you for Ayeta.
I sent those things to you. You didn't receive them. I sent to your mail.
You see, that's the problem.
I sent to
you
your
sent
email.
it through Africa Air Force. I couldn't receive it because I'm not an initiate. And that is why, I sounded a note of warning then that I needed something to protect myself. But maybe you did that through some means that I could not decipher.
God is our ultimate protector.
Okay.
God is our ultimate protector.
God is our ultimate protector.
Just believe in God.
Do you believe in this saying that heaven helps those who help themselves?
No, that is a common saying and is a truism.
So before God helps you, have you helped yourself? How do we help ourselves?
Through prayers and supplications, we do help ourselves.
Doctor, help me. I want to protect myself. All right, before we jump in, a quick overview for our audience there at home. The Southwest has long been a beacon of relative stability. But, recent events like the Bandit raid on the National Park Service office in Oloka, the Orire local government area in Oyo State, have shattered that illusion. Have you been to the Old Oyo National Park before? If you watch on the screens, you see pictures of the Old Oyo National Park. You need to visit that place. In fact, it's supposed to be a revamped Oyo National Park. But you see, just last week, on January 7th, 2026, I beg your pardon, we're in the new year, January 7, 2026, suspected bandits launched a midnight ambush, killing about 5 rangers, forest rangers, and injuring others. Reports suggest it was a cross-border operation. Remember, reports suggest it was a cross-border operation, highlighting vulnerabilities in our national parks and rural areas. Dr. Abiola, let's start with your take on this attack. How do you see that attack in its entirety?
Well, that attack is, honestly, is an insult to the federal government of Nigeria, because that park has been existing for decades, and I think the onus is on the federal government in conjunction with the state government, your state government, to ensure that there's adequate security in that place. Let me quickly say that the incursion by the bandits into the area could be partly political, it could be partly out of carelessness, it could be partly a deliberate attempt to frustrate what the state government or your state government is doing vis-a-vis ensuring that the local security, the Amotekun to be precise, to ensuring that the Amotekun is put at disillusioning people about the essence of Amotekun.
Okay.
That could be.
You're saying it's a political attempt
Yes,
to relegate Amotekun Corps?
Amotekun, and thereby trying to castigate the governor for bringing in Amotekun. It could be.
But Amotekun is not primarily for your state alone.
It's not.
It's like a southwest regional network.
It is. But every government has its own stake in equipping Amotekun. The way the Ogun State governor equips Amotekun can in no way be compared to the way His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde equips Amotekun. I know a number of Amotekun guys in Ogun State, and we are always we are always chatting. And honestly, you can't compare. Like the last time I came here, I said I was part of the trainers of the last batch of the Amotekun in saying, and I know what the His Excellency the governor of Oyo State put in there to ensure that there was a smooth, training to both the trainers and the trainees. So sometimes, until when we get out of this political shenanigans, we might not really get things right. That's the truth. Because for me, attack on the national park is an eyesore. It's not something that we should experience. Not even here in Oyo State. That is the truth. Because I must tell you, without mincing, was that the Amotekun Corps in Oyo State, they are everywhere, and they want to ensure that. But when you give people responsibilities, and they're delimited by certain factors, those who are delimiting them would be able to explain that. You will not get the best of such persons. But for me, I know that the Amotekun, as inaugurated by Governor Seyi Makinde in Oyo State, is yesterday when was it yesterday or today? Yesterday, I was hearing over the news that the guys, some of the guys were arrested by the Amotekun. Do you understand me now? That underscores the role of the local security. It underscores the role of the local security. If God help the governors of the Southwest to, key into the idea of state police, a perfect thing. Because, of course, the question one may be tempted to ask is, where is the Nigeria police force? Why is it that it's Amotekun? Because over the news, Amotekun captured. Amotekun, they were able to go into the terrain. They were able to go into the hinterland where the guys felt that nobody can get to.
So, two things, but let me start with one. And then you talking about underscoring the activities of Amotekun. And then you asked the question, where's the Nigerian police force? And that shows the dynamism in local policing. You talked about state police. Many have argued that state police might not be the right way to go. That many of our governors would seize the opportunity to manipulate security agencies, especially when it comes to state policing. However, you just mentioned the Amotekun's role in all these. Don't you think local and community policing will be more effective than state policing when it comes to control?
Now, when you look at, essentially when you look at the functions of state police and that of the local police, is they are interwoven. Interwoven. Because the essence of the state police is to ensure that they operate from the grassroots level. They want them to be closer to the people than the federal police. And that is the whole essence of the local security, Amotekun per se. We want to use local knowledge of the environment, local intelligence of the environment to be able to arrest certain situations. And that's the whole essence of state policing. That's the whole essence of local security, local security body like the Amotekun. So when we look at their roles, it's interwoven. We want to help the federal force. The local want to help the federal force. The state want to help the federal force. Okay. Because they have an understanding of the community. They know the people. They know the nook and crannies of of them.
That's what I'm saying, that that's community policing, and that's the grassroots police structure. Now, if you say you should have a state police structure, which is still on the higher level, will it be as effective as having the grassroots policing like what we have with Amotekun? Amotekun is more of grassroots.
There is no way. Amotekun is an agent of the state government.
A regional police network.
Whether we believe it or not, the one in Oyo is an agent of the state government, Oyo state government. The one in Ogun, the one in Ondo. Now, the state policing that we're talking about here too would have to go. They can't. You see, you can't say you have a state police and it will be operating in Ibadan. They will go into the They can't work alone. They work hand in glove with the local.
So they have to permeate.
That's the thing. As a matter of fact, I am not trying to preempt the government or the governor. I'm seeing a situation where the local security group organs, Amotekun, OPC, Agbekoya and Co, are given adequate logistic training, and they take charge of the state policing. They already understand the terrain. They already understand the nitty-gritty of community or local policing. It's going to make the job very simple. It's of course, practically, it is the local man that understands the local people. It is the local man that understands the criminals hiding within the local people. And that is why, if the state police begins operation, for instance, they cannot work in isolation. They cannot work without, the local bodies like the Amotekun and the various splinter groups that constitute the Amotekun. And that is the basic truth.
Earlier you talked about this being a politically motivated attack. Now, if it is...
I said perhaps.
Perhaps, yeah. Perhaps it's politically motivated.
Yes, perhaps.
But then to what end?
Let me be very sincere to you. Some people say politics is a dirty game. It really depends on your own understanding of politics, because everywhere there's politics. But the issue is this: every politician, an average politician in Nigeria, would want power by all means, would want popularity by all means, would want security by all means. And in the bid to get this, there may be some level of desperations. In the bid to get this, there may be some level of, trying to do things that may, sabotage the name and the pedigree of the other. And that is Nigeria politics. It's happening everywhere. It's happening. You look at Rivers State presently. It's happening everywhere. It's happening. People want to politicize everything. Katsina State is asking that the 70 bandits be given amnesty and be set free. It was a bad experience when the first set of Boko Haram who claimed to lay down arms, repentant Boko Haram. Some of them were brought into the military. Let me be very sincere to you, Shike, today.
Can you prove that?
That some of them that were recruited into the military became a problem for the military. You won't believe that Nigerian military is so recognized, is so powerful. We have trained soldier men in Nigeria who can bring Boko Haram to nothing within a twinkle of an eye. But the issue is this: when everything in Nigeria is politicized, we may not get the adequate results. Some of them obviously became agents of the Boko Haram while still serving in the military. We've had it before. There are people like that. I served in the military. There are soldiers like that. Because poverty has been weaponized, and the soldier is not adequately paid, and he wants to live large like every other person. It is commonsensical. You understand what I'm saying? So politics in Nigeria is a game of death. If you die, you're on your own. If you live, now you survive. That's the game they play. So it is not far from the truth if we say that what happened there at the Old Oyo National Park is politically motivated. It may not be far from the truth. That's just...
Yeah, but Dr. Abiola, as someone who is deeply involved in security activities, especially regional security through the OPC, and you want to ask, what does this attack at the Old Oyo National Park tell us about the evolving threat of banditry? Because we learned they dropped a note. And then banditry, apart from, is evolving gradually in the southwest. If you look at insurgency in Kwara State and now Oyo, now, is this a spillover from the north, or is this something that is homegrown, that is evolving from down south here?
I think it's a spillover, because even the few, not too many northerners that live in between, within the southerners here, they know themselves. The local security bodies know them. They know themselves. But when you begin to see them coming in, one thing about, let me tell you the life of an Hausa man, or let me say a Fulani man, because when you give a Fulani man a space in your house, assuming you ask that the Fulani man should be your megad, give him 3 months, he will bring somebody else, no matter how small the place you give him.
Start building a mini community.
Building a mini community. You bring another person. Before you know it, in that as small as that place is, there are already 5. The next thing you'll be seeing is that one who brought the other 4 will now be looking for a way to get Okada for them, get them established. From there, they will go and look for a non-completed building. As the owner, they want to be guarding the place. Before you know it, there are almost 50 or 100. This is the way they come in. And their psyche is I don't know how to describe it, that they can be easily influenced. Let one of their big men from the north say, this is what I want you guys to do. Take this. It is okay. If they want to worsen the situation, they merge it with Islam and jihad. And they say, when you die in the cause of jihad, you are going to heaven. You see, that is the thing. But having said this, they cannot, with what the government of Oyo State, for instance, is doing, we shouldn't have them around.
They shouldn't even come
they
close
should
to
come
our
close to our
borders.
borders. That's the truth, with what the government of Oyo State is doing. But like I said, if a man, there's a Yoruba adage that says that they don't need you in the town, and you heard the microphone and you are singing. Who would be your who will chorus it with you? There is nothing that's short of politics in the whole of this.
So you see it from the political
angle, because I am telling you, if Amotekun is not something that I know of or I know about as a local security body, then maybe I will be talking from...
Who's trying to frustrate Governor Seyi Makinde?
Well,
since you're looking at it from a political angle.
Honestly, I wouldn't know. I'm not a politician. I've never been one.
But you're seeing traces of politics.
But that's the truth. Because the man is investing. His essence is investing a lot in the security.
So it means somebody wants to disparage his efforts.
I should think so.
Do you think it's linked to this... the PDP hula baloo, the infightings within the PDP? Are they trying to weaken or decimate the structure for your state politics?
Honestly, if you ask me 100 times, I will tell you that I am not a politician. I don't know their politics, but I know that if a man is putting a whole lot of, effort into ensuring that something is okay, And you are not seeing incursions like this. That is, honestly, to me, is an aberration to me. Honestly, then what could be the cause? Could he now be spending the whole of those money into ensuring that there's good and perfect security in Oyo State, for instance, and such things will still be coming in? Could it be that he's pretending? No, it's not.
Because Oyo State has been relatively peaceful.
Peaceful, honestly, peaceful.
Until now.
Peaceful.
Until recently.
Peaceful. And I must tell you, and I want to use this medium too to still encourage His Excellency Governor to keep, equipping, pumping, resources into the Amotekun.
Do you remember the chaos? Dear listener, a late night raid, no immediate police response. And now, alarms are ringing about bandit infiltration. Dr. Abiola, critics say these attacks expose failures in national intelligence. But then, how does the OPC view the role of federal versus state forces here?
Well, if there is no cooperation between the federal and the state because of political shenanigans, there may be an incursion that we don't expect. And the masses will be at the receiving end. That is the truth. Now, look at what is happening now. Where do we, Oyo State, for instance, where do we place Oyo State in the heart of the federal government? What is the relationship from the optics of the governor, His Excellency Seyi Makinde, and the federal government? Or what is the relation of the federal government, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde? What is the level of relationship? What is APC talking about PDP? What is PDP talking about APC? Now is a time where every governor is, or every state is now campaigning Renew Hope agenda, this, that. The Renew Hope agenda is a part of the agenda of His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde. He's a politician. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a politician. But the fact remains that if there is no requisite cooperation between the federal forces and the state forces, the masses suffer. And that is what we are experiencing now.
So basically you're saying that those are the helms of affairs in states, that's the governors, and Mr. President at this time are talking about politics.
Politics.
Not governance.
Not governance.
That's where you're going
That's
to,
the thing.
Okay.
That's the thing. And when you place politics ahead of governance, oh my God, too bad. The people suffer.
So it becomes a hole in the wall and lizards penetrate.
Penetrate. That's the thing.
So the bandits are the lizards.
They're the lizard. They're the lizard. They take advantage of the lacuna between the federal forces and the state forces. That's the thing. They take advantage, and we will be at the receiving end. That's the masses, the poor masses.
So you're calling for a synergy between the federal and the state forces.
And the state forces. If there's a synergy between the federal and the state forces, the local security as inaugurated, as founded by the state forces, will be given the reliable and the sophisticated ammunition that they would need. Look at, thank God for the Amotekun and for the various groups from which they come together to be Amotekun. Otherwise, these people carry heavily sophisticated AK-47. Yet, the highest you will see in the hand of an Amotekun corps is a pump action.
So now talking about weaponry.
Yes.
The arsenal we have right now, you're talking about sophisticated weapons for the local vigilante.
Yes.
Then I want to ask you, and I keep asking this question, is it about the sophistication of the weapons? How about traditional weapons?
Traditional weapons.
Don't we need to exploit and see how effective, how potent they can be to save us more money and then to make these things readily and easily available instead of looking for sophisticated weapons?
Good. Traditional weapons, sophisticated weapons, they go hand in glove.
Okay.
Let me say this. These bandits that we're talking about, they carry AK-47. The question is where are they getting it from? Who are the people supplying them? Is the federal government, would the federal government tell us now that is not aware that this is what they carry? There's news everywhere. Everybody is saying it. Now, the local security bodies would not have been able to, especially Amotekun in Oyo State, would not have been able to achieve to that extent of even under how many weeks capture those who were behind the Old Oyo Park there. It wouldn't have been easy with what we are carrying, with what they are carrying, without the traditional
approach. The
The
traditional weapon.
traditional approach is the compass. The traditional approach is the compass. And that is the compass that is different from the compass the Nigeria police will use. I was a military man. In those days when we go for bush exercise, we carry compass.
Yeah.
We will enter the bush from Kaduna and you'll be walking in the bush with your compass. At times we walk like that and get out at Zaria, you know. But here in the local security, we don't carry such compass. The compass is the traditional weapon that you and I are talking about.
So what compass do they use? Traditionally, what's the compass? Let us know these weapons. Let's see if we can improve on these weapons.
The knowledge and the knowledge of our fathers, our forefathers.
That's the compass.
That's the compass.
Is it physical?
It is.
It is physical.
We have Ifa, isn't it?
Okay.
You've heard of Ifa?
Yes.
You know of Ifa?
Yes.
Yes.
I know the Okpele.
The Okpele, beautiful.
Good.
Okpele is a compass.
Okpele is a compass.
It's a compass. Okpele is a compass. Okpele would, in fact, let me tell you something. Okpele will tell you when to move into a particular place and when not to move into a particular place. When there's imminent danger ahead of you, and for you to check yourself, and when you should go ahead, you will get this.
Okpele tells us when to retreat and when to advance.
When to advance. That's the thing. And that is the traditional.
That's the traditional.
That is by the grace of God, because everything has to do with God. That is the traditional that is really helping the local security groups. That's the thing.
So why are we not improving on this local traditional weapon? You know,
those of us who believe in it, we are improving. We are working on it. On a daily basis. We don't wait. We don't relax. Those of us who believe, I'm not talking of people like you. I mean, those of us who believe.
I want to believe in it, but you have not made me believe. Show me and I'll believe.
Those of us who believe in it, we keep improving.
Does your Oyo help in traditional? Does it help as a traditional weapon?
Who?
The Oyo.
Oyo?
Yeah.
Oh, you know of Oyo too?
I've read so much.
You must. This man is. Why are you?
I've read so much.
Give us some of these things too.
How can I be reading? I'm just reading the theoretical part. You're doing the practicals.
Oyo, it is part of it.
It's part of it.
Ogun is part of it. You know, every weapon that a man carries while going for a battle has to do with Ogun.
Okay.
You know, so
Ogun is the deity of iron.
Deity
Many
of
people
iron.
call it God of iron.
God
There's
of
only
iron.
one Olodumare.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
There's only one Olodumare.
Olodumare.
All the other things we have are Orishas.
Orishas.
They are the deities.
Yes.
Okay.
Deity of iron.
Okay.
You know, and the man carrying AK-47 is carrying iron.
Okay.
The man carrying the single barrel is carrying iron.
Okay.
So Ogun is also a It's also
So you have to appease
Ogun.
the deity before
Even,
you go
even
for...
Shango, there are occasions where, in the days of our forefathers, there are occasions where they will have to invoke Shango to strike the enemies.
So why can't we invoke some of these things to make sure these bandits don't even rear up their heads again? Can we invoke something that will stop, using the cane on these bandits to run away?
Our fathers have such things.
Why don't we apply it now?
You said we. Who are the we?
The local security network. Let it be a weapon where you talk and then one cane will appear from somewhere and start beating these people away from our bushes.
Okay. It's doable.
It's doable.
It's doable. All we need is, all the local people need is a whole lot of encouragement, encourage them, give them the necessary support.
I want to encourage you people.
Because let me tell you another thing. If you it doesn't matter whether you believe it or not.
Okay.
There are things that when there are things as used by our forefathers, when it's placed here, we begin to caution people not to say any negative thing. And they call it Olugbohun.
Okay.
When Olugbohun is placed in a place, people are often cautioned not to say negative things. Instead, pray. Begin to pray. In those days, they don't even ask people to put Olugbohun in the house because of children.
Okay.
In those days, children can begin to play and say, Ori Ebaje. And before you know it, Ori Emabre, the Ori will start to,
it's potent.
It's potent. They are still there.
So why can't we have the Olugbohun somewhere and even profess some negative things and say, all bandits die and let them die?
That is magic.
It's not magic. You tell it, since you say it's potent, let us place it somewhere, maybe in the center of your town, and say, oh, all bandits go and die.
And do you know that the bandits too have their backups?
Okay.
They have their backups.
Interesting. Where one person's own stops.
Sometimes when you say this is where you start, and that's why I said in traditional security, we don't stop at one. When you do it today, in another 1 or 2 months, you renew and look for higher, because you don't even know the person you are going to meet. You understand what I'm saying now? We only continue to put our totality into use, as against our enemies. So whichever way it works for us, we'll go ahead with it. And I must tell you that we have not stopped. We have not stopped.
On a lighter note,
Yes.
what's that thing that is being placed in compounds where when thieves come, thieves start sweeping the compound?
Oh, okay, you have such in your...
No, it's a folklore. We've heard stories.
Okay.
Does it truly happen?
Oh, well, I don't know. I'm not a
Armed
Babalawo.
robbers who want to get into a compound, and the next thing, instead of stealing, they start sweeping. We can do that for bandits if it truly exists. If we have an empirical evidence for this, then we could do that for bandits. When bandits come to attack, then they start clearing bushes for us. Preparing farmlands for us.
It exists.
It exists.
It exists. That's the truth. It
Okay.
exists. The thing is,
So why is it not being used?
It takes two to tango. It takes two to tango. It takes a synergy between the state government or the federal government. If they are not interested in the banditry operations.
If they're not being compromised.
If they are not, yes, if they are not complicit in the banditry operations, it takes two to tango. When you ask for something, you get it. But when you don't ask for something, you won't get it. And something you don't ask for, and somebody decides to come out, it may turn to become
an enemy of the
state.
Okay.
And that is the major problem.
So basically, you're waiting for a support from government.
It happens. It happens. I had somewhere around Akala, Elebu area, before they started building. I heard of a man that the Fulanis, the herdsmen, brought brought
Yeah,
their
cattle.
cows into his farm, destroyed the maize and the rest, and he came out. And before I said, "What are you people doing there?" Before you know it, they started beating him. And I was told he got into his house, came back, he just spoke a word, and the cow started falling. Be, be, be. There were three of them. Then the Fulani boys now prostrated. Here in Ibadan, the Fulani boys, those
So
who
it
were
is potent.
yes, they started. He just spoke a word and they started falling. 1, 2, 3. 3 were already on the ground. The next thing is they had to prostrate.
Let's go to our messages now. We have messages coming in. You can send in your messages via the app X at DominionCast, where we have Ade from Ibadan. He's saying, Dr. Biola, after the park attack, my village is scared. How can OPC help ordinary folks like us? That's what Ade from Ibadan here is saying, and is addressed to you. Says, Dr. Biola, after the park attack, my village is scared. How can OPC help ordinary folks like us?
Yeah, it's very simple. Just look for the OPC, the local government. I don't know which local government is talking about. Is it the same area? Every local government will have local government coordinator, and in a local government there are zonal coordinators. You know, we have OPC in zones, then in local government. You can always approach any of them, and they will be willing to come to your aid.
Okay, and I guess the question is asking now is, they are vulnerable now. So how can the OPC help to making sure that there's adequate security in these villages?
Except he
He can
access.
mention the name of his village,
Yes,
and then
yes. Then
Yeah.
we'll be able to ask the local government coordinator there, in alliance with the zonal coordinator, to
swing into
to
action.
swing into actions.
Okay. We also have this one, Ibidun from Ogbomosho is saying, isn't relying on local groups dividing Nigeria further? Okay. It says, relying on local groups, is it not dividing Nigeria further?
Local security.
Yeah,
group.
that's what Ibidun from Ogbomosho is asking.
I don't know what.
Because
he-
in the north, we have the Hisba police.
I don't know.
Here, Amoteku,
I don't know what he,
Ilubagu in the
I don't know
east.
what he meant by dividing. I don't know what he meant, but the truth of the matter is that if you have not experienced war, you have a right to say so many things. For the families that have been able to be victims of this banditry, kidnapping, insurgency, I don't think they will be asking such questions, because already Nigeria itself is divided. It's divided. Okay, let's look at it. Even structurally, it's divided. So what are we talking about? We have the north, we have the south. It's divided. But the thing is this: how do we stop this banditry, this unnecessary insurgency? How do we stop it? Except we access our local security, because they understand the terrain. In so many places, the police, Nigerian police, cannot even enter in Ibadan here. But the local group, local guys will enter there. They will enter.
All right, great insights. We'll continue with OPC's perspective and challenges after this break. All right, welcome back on the agenda. Yes, Dr. Abiola is here with me in the studio, and we're discussing local security. Dr. Abiola, as OPC's comms director, what's your organization's specific role when it comes to combating banditry, like the Old Oyo National Park attack? What's your role in combating banditry?
Well, the role of OPC is not far from what you see the Amoteku doing. Because I remember the last time I came here, I made it known specifically that the Amotekun itself has well over 50% of OPC as members. And what you see them do there, the bulk of orientation that they have received over the years in OPC is what is really keeping and helping them to. Like I told you, when I heard yesterday that the OPC, I mean, the Amotekun struck, and I was very happy. So you see, we have rules. Maybe what you are expecting now is that OPC as a body, if OPC is not attached, for instance, as a body to Old National Park, the question now is, Talo Mboletiwa? Talo Peyin? That is the question. But thank God that we have Amotekun, and we have over 50-60% of our boys in Amotekun. And when they still leave office, they will still come to the meeting. They still come. They are still part of OPC while serving in Amotekun. So the orientation is a continuum. It continues. When they come, whatever we still need to share with them in terms of intelligence, in terms of traditional, as you have always asked about, we will always share that. So, so
when you see Amotekun, you see OPC.
That's it.
When you see OPC, you see some Amotekun there.
Yes.
Okay, you know, at first they thought it was, some have posited that it's a cross-border situation, a cross-border attack. But former security chief, former CP, Fatai Owosheni, described it as targeted. So how does OPC view it? First of all, although you've said it is political, former CP Owosheni is saying it's targeted. How do you think OPC would handle this in the future? Devoid of Amotekun away now, OPC itself, how do you think you can come in to handle such a thing in the nearest future?
Like the last time I came here, I said something specifically that OPC, as led by Gani Adams, OPC, Fashion Wing, OPC, New Era, incidentally the leader of New Era OPC is here, OPC Reformed. You see, the whole of this OPC, they are still bodies that still recognize the personality of Are Ona Kakanfo of Yoruba land. And I said that give the Are Ona Kakanfo, apart from that, there are some other splinter groups, Agbekoya, name them. Give the Are Ona Kakanfo the relevant or the requisite wherewithal in terms of, mandate, in terms of support today. And you see the whole of these OPs that we are talking about working, together to ensuring that things like this. And like I told you, I was coming from Lagos, and we're very close to Onigari. The long queue of vehicles parked on the road because they said the Fulanis are on the road. And I alerted from the bus, and I was walking towards the place. Before I got there, 4 of my boys from Oluyole, area, they already came out. 4 of them on bike, and they dislodged. By the time I got there, marking. By the time I got there, they've already dislodged the guys, and we started our journey. So it's not. If I say OPC, it's not out of fear. OPC is prepared. Name it. OPC Ibaganadans, Fashion, New Era, Reform. Prepared, adequately prepared. All we need is the requisite mandate. Give us the mandate, they go ahead. And documentary. Please note that. Documentary mandate that we are the ones who said it should go ahead. Honestly, in the future, we won't have this. You said I should speak outside Amotekun.
Yes.
In the future, we will not.
That is if there's a condition.
Yes, all we are still asking for, especially from the governor, His Excellency, is that give the requisite mandate, support.
So what mandate are you looking for?
if I venture into, let's say, Old National Park tomorrow, and I started some, some battling tactics. A Nigerian police will still accost me and ask me, who are you? What do you want here? But if I have the support of the government, even before I get there, the Commissioner of Police already aware that, yes, the OPC guys are here. They will be on ground. They will be on ground with your boys here, even before I get there. But if there's no such, and I get there, my brother, the Nigerian police that we know today will embarrass you. They will embarrass you.
So you want...
They will forget the fact that you are only coming to assist them, to help them to achieving the statutory role that they have.
So, first of all, you're looking for uniforms? Is that what you're talking about?
No, uniform. Uniform is not...
No, for you to be recognized.
Uniform is not...
You're looking for a structural office from government?
Uniform is not...
Or you want to be the traditional CIDs?
Uniform is not the issue.
Are you the traditional CIDs?
Uniform is not the issue.
Okay.
The issue is this. I don't know, Kakanfo. Gather your men,
all factions, bring them together.
Bring them together. This is an MOU between the government and yourself and your groups. Let's start work. You see, there you will see then you will see leaders. That OPC have leaders.
I love the excitement in your eyes when you're saying this.
No,
I'm waiting for this to happen.
I am excited.
You'll be ready to solve the problem of insecurity.
Every governor, God is the only one that can solve all problems. But let me be very sincere to you, except you are not a true born Yoruba person, that you would not be excited to ensuring that this banditry, this insurgency comes to an end. But if you are a real Yoruba person, real true born Yoruba person, you'll be see, I am overexcited. I'm overexcited because this is one thing that we have been trained to do over the years, but we can't do much except we have the go ahead. We have the order to do it. That is the thing.
You need orders to do it. Well, as we wrap up the discussion, Dr. Abiola, I just want to get your final thoughts. What's your final message to their audience, especially people of your state, the people of the Southwest, when it comes to security matters?
Well, I will only say that there is hardly no local government that OPC don't have structure. It doesn't matter which wing of the OPC, there is hardly no local government. I only advise that people should look for OPC, outlets in their various communities and work hand in glove with them, give them the necessary intelligence, and they will do the needful to ensuring that there is no banditry in the some of us who are leaders too, we strongly believe that in our area where we live, we keep advocating that people, please don't keep quiet. When you see something, try and say something. And every place where we have OPC, every unit, every local government, every zone where we have OPC, people can access them, access the coordinator there, tell them, give them information that will help to be able to. Sometimes you ask them to go and sleep while the boys are washing. So that is just my candid advice. Let us all be vigilant. Let us all be. We shouldn't sleep with our two eyes closed. We should always remember that behind you there's an enemy, ahead of you there's an enemy. When you walk with this mentality, this psyche, you may not really have issues.
All right, thank you for this interesting discourse this morning. Very wonderful insights, especially when it comes to traditional weaponry in securing the Southwest. I hope to have my own traditional weapon someday.
No, you have already. You were the one lecturing me about sewing now.
I was just reading through.
You just
It
lectured
was
me
my
about-
research. I was just
You
reading
just,
through.
and remember the last time I said in your place, I used to hear Odeshi. What does it mean? That up to now you have not given me the meaning of Odeshi.
Well, Ori Mofite Dosibada. Well, thank you so much. That's all the time we have for today. Thank you, Dr. Tunji Abiola, for your time and your insights today and your expertise on this vital issue on the agenda. Thank you for coming.
The pleasure is mine.
All right, to all our audience, yes, insecurity affects us all. Let's push for solutions. Dr. Tunji Abiola is the OPC National Director of Communications, and he featured today on the agenda. Follow us on our website at www.dominion.org.ng. I am Chike Ubogu. Have a great day.